What's going on, everybody? This is going to be another one of those business videos. This is being recorded on the same day that I recorded my video on consulting. The consultancy video should be out already. This one is going to be about SaaS. So like I said, this is going to be part of like a completely new series that I'm going to do on the channel where I kind of add a little bit of business perspective on top of the developer, like information security stuff that I normally have on this channel. I think it's going to be valuable. I think it's just a new problem set that we're going to be talking about a little bit more on this channel. So the last video I made was on consultancy and my plans for growing my own consultancy. This one is going to be about SaaS. We talked a little bit about SaaS in the video on the consultancy. I'll obviously link to that wherever. But this one's going to be focused more on the SaaS part, and kind of what the business model is, and my kind of plans for it. So let's start off with the very basics. What is SaaS? SaaS are typically this is software as a service. Sorry, that's obviously what the acronym stands for. But software as a service doesn't really tell you all that much about what the business model is. Typically, it is a web-based application. It is subscription-based business model, and it's built to solve a problem at scale. So you use SaaS apps all the time. I am using a SaaS app called Excalibur right now to talk about this. I'm using a SaaS app to talk to all of you on YouTube. There's Netflix, there's, basically almost everything that you use on a daily basis is a SaaS app in some way. Again, subscription-based business model. Obviously, YouTube has an ad-based business model, but Netflix follows the monthly subscription. Spotify uses the monthly subscription. It's so ubiquitous and common that you probably did not know that you use SaaS all the time. So why? So we talked about consulting in the last video. Consulting is not super scalable. I can only talk to so many people in a given day, and so many people will only pay me to talk to them, but then so many people will only pay. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to get paid by that many people to do consultancy work. I'm not going to get paid by that many people to do engineering because I can't afford that much time. SaaS is a little bit more passive. So I create the SaaS app. Once I launch it, people sign up for it, people pay for it, people don't pay for it, and I keep iterating on it. So I create new versions of the app with new features, and more people pay, and it's much more passive. There's a high earnings potential because you are scaling it across a large audience. There's tons of earnings potential there, because your new SaaS might go viral and tons of people use it and tons of people sign up for it. It's much more helpful because scale. Obviously, again, I can't consult with that many people, but in order to help as many people as possible, I can create a SaaS app that scales across a much larger audience. It is also a great addition to a portfolio, whether that be a financial portfolio, obviously you're making money, or a professional portfolio. Hey, you tell an employer, hey, not only am I good at coding, I'm so good that I released a thing that tons, X amount of people use. So you can go and look at that thing, maybe use it yourself, and you can get a feel for like how good I am at writing code. So SaaS can be like a fantastic way to build a portfolio, whether, again, it be a financial or a professional portfolio. So what are my plans? My plans for 2023, I'm going to launch one SaaS. It is technically a micro SaaS. What that means is basically it's a SaaS that depends on another SaaS. It is in the web design space. It's pre-launch, so I'm not going to talk about it now because I need to kind of prep the marketing and all of that fun stuff for it. I'm going to launch at least one more this year. I don't know what, but I am planning on launching another SaaS this year at some point. And I'm going to follow a sort of like smaller version of the fail fast methodology with the SaaSes that I launch. Fail fast is an ideology that's very common in the startup space. It's basically the idea of let's build a minimum viable product or an MVP and launch it in front of people as quickly as possible to start getting feedback and start getting feature requests and start getting bug requests and all of that fun stuff. Fail fast is an awesome methodology. It's an awesome idea. It has its flaws. You don't want to fail too fast because then you just fail and you don't actually succeed in anything. From a security perspective, failing fast is a horrible idea because you don't want to just fail fast and then leave everybody's credit card information online. But there are intelligent, graceful ways to do it, and that's going to be my plan for 2023 with all of my SaaS launches, probably two of them. My main focus with launching my SaaS apps is getting the process down, understanding how do you go from code to test to deployment to iteration. That is a very complex problem set there that I really want to kind of get a good feel for within the next year. That is useful both obviously for myself in creating these SaaS companies and for other companies that hire me, either as a consultant or full time. They need to know, like, hey, this guy knows every single step of the pipeline, at least from my high enough level to be able to, or a low enough level to be able to do it. So that's the plan. Obviously, I will keep everybody updated. If anything launches, YouTube will be one of the first places to know. I also have a newsletter where I'm going to be announcing all of that fun stuff, so you can follow that. The link will be in the description for that newsletter. But that's my plan for the next year. I really, am looking forward to the next year, despite the rocky way that it has started with me getting laid off right before Christmas. But it's going to be an awesome year, and I've got lots of cool stuff in the pipeline to build. I hope you guys enjoy this kind of businessy side of the channel, and I hope you take it easy. Peace.